back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one.
Now we're cooking. It's the coach. This is the 2021 season on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook. He's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago. It'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on...
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Green Bay Packers, and he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And the Minnesota Vikings. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 23 yards on the play. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
The first carry for a former member of the Fighting Irish, Dexter Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And that's complete to Adams. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally, and then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Steps away to his left. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. Switch.
They'll run it with Williams. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well, look now at our starting defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. You've got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
From the 31, Rodgers. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Flushed out right. He wants it all for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Rodgers going to go on fourth down. Forced out to his left. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. Orchestrating the offense, the former three-time captain at Michigan State, quarterback Kirk Cousins.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
It's been quite the evolution for Stephon Diggs because when he came out of high school, many thought he was the top prospect going into college football. Didn't have quite the career that was expected and actually got drafted lower than what many people thought. But, boy, is he playing to a top level now while he's in Minnesota.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Fielded at about the 28. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did something.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Justin Evans. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now
and the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a second down coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jamon Moore. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
Check. Fresno.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
On play action, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Looking. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 42 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. On first down, Rodgers dancing to his left. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion.
Let's go right here now. Back north. Back. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Jim.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The Vikings on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Now Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Matt Wild now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is taken at about the 14. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers, and now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. Now on the run. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. An explosive 38-yard pickup. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, Talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
You got 58. Hatch it.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Steps away. Buying time to his left. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Trying to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretary.
Look it up. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was a 3rd-round pick, not rounds 1 or 2, but this franchise, they think he can be something with time.
There were a few teams that thought he would go in the 1st round, late in the 1st round. He ends up sliding to the 3rd. So a lot of teams think now maybe this group got a steal. They've got a chance to have a really good player here if he can develop.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 2nd and 9, Cousins open here, Adam Thielen. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be from 49 yards out. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this. We now proceed to the start of the second half.